Helen, can you legally waive your right to the inheritance?
What?
You said that you're not after our family's assets. I've been waiting for you to say that. I'd like to terminate all business transactions with your entire chain of clinics.
Trouble Busters!
My name is Helen. I'm taking my brother to a marriage meeting with my fiancé Mark's parents today. I'm getting nervous since it's my first time meeting them. Oh, hello.
I'm so sorry I'm late. It's not easy being needed by others. Helen, where are your parents? I'm her brother, and I'm here on behalf of our parents.
Oh, really?
Helen, are you seriously going to marry Mark?
Why are you asking?
It can be challenging when you've been raised in a different environment.
We have the same hobby, and we get along well.
Being a married couple is different from being in a playhouse.
We're saying this for your sake, Helen.
But then...
Can you legally waive your right to the inheritance?
What?
You said that you're not after our family's assets. You've been quite rude to my sister. I'm only stating the truth. Love isn't all you need in order to have a lasting marriage.
We've been happy with our marriage only because we come from the same background.
I love Mark from the bottom of my heart, but maybe his parents might be right. But then I can't believe they're assuming that I'm a gold digger. I can't always wait until my brother protects me. I need to be more proactive. I'm not letting them get away with this. Trouble Busters! I don't mean to argue, but...
I've been waiting for you to say that. I'd like to terminate all business transactions with your entire chain of clinics.
What?
What are you even talking about? We don't recall having any business transaction with you. It sounds like you don't really know what's going on at your clinics then.
But then if you do that, Mark will...
It's okay. I made sure I spoke with Mark in the event of anything like this.
I hope you didn't say anything weird to our son.
My brother isn't like that.
We're operating on a tight minute-by-minute schedule. We didn't come here to listen to this nonsense. Samantha, let's go home. Our clinics are in a panic.
Oh, I see.
I'll be right there, okay? Without your robot, our clinics are in a crisis. So I need you to resume our business transaction with us as soon as possible.
We already signed a contract with another clinic, so we can't do that.
Oh, please! Will you do this for Mark's sake? I'll approve you to marry him.
The reason why you're approving me to marry Mark is because my brother and I own this company, right?
That's true, but that's not true.
Which only tells me that it's true.
By the way, why did you decide to implement our robot at your clinic? There's only one reason. It would reduce our costs in the long run.
The reason why we decided to develop the robot is because we wanted to save as many lives as possible, and because we wanted to take some burden off of doctors and nurses. It's important to consider cost as a business owner, but then we can't agree to such an insincere mentality like yours, Kevin.
Are you saying that I'm being insincere? I've been a doctor all my life. I've been successful with the most challenging operations, and I've been recognized by many famous people. Even the top governors would ask to be seen by our clinic.
And based on what you value, we don't want you implementing our robot. We were planning on signing an exclusive contract with your clinic, only because you were Mark's father. But I'm glad that I got to know what type of person you are before we proceed with the contract.
In that case, what will happen to Mark? If our clinic starts failing, Mark's going to lose his place. Dad, that's enough! Mark, why are you here? Here you go. What's this? It's exactly what you see it to be. Did these guys say something to you? No! Dad, do you recall what you said to Helen and her brother at that marriage meeting? You said something about how we've been a bloodline of doctors, but I should have the freedom of choosing who to love and who to marry.
Mark, you walk so fast.
Mom, don't tell me that you were following me around.
Of course I did. I'm your mother.
Your common sense is not so common.
I told you to stop meddling with my business.
I mean, it's too dangerous for you to come out here on your own.
You're completely stuck in Mark's swamp.
Let me tell you that our clinic has opened branches across the nation because I had the perfect business tactics. As a doctor, I'm destined to save as many lives as possible. But this world isn't all about the pretty talk. Mark, you're old enough to know that too. If I get to spend the rest of my life with the woman I choose and stay honest with myself, I don't care if you tell me that I'm giving a pretty talk.
Mark, what happened to you? You're not like yourself.
This is my true self, Mom.
The reason why we refuse to have you implement our robot isn't only because of the way you talk to us.
What could it be?
It seemed like you put weight on titles and positions internally at your clinic.
Of course, titles and positions are important in any industry.
Of course, it takes an immense amount of effort to become a doctor, and I don't mean to negate that. But then, nurses also become nurses because they want to save as many lives too.
By the way, Dad, you were trying to cut down on labor after implementing Helen's robots. Of course, I'm running a business. Before considering the business aspect, a hospital should be all about saving people. Mark told me about this beforehand, and that was why I was hesitant to have you implement our robot. But then, I was able to make up my mind during the marriage meeting. Was that why you were saying that you were waiting for my words? How dare you trick me into this situation? You're rude!
No, you're the one who's being rude. There are a lot of different people who work for different industries, raised in different environments. If there are 100 people in front of us, all 100 of them will have spent a different life, and that's perfectly okay.
That's right, Dad. Why are you in such a one-sided mentality? I'm not in a one-sided mentality. Besides, once I implement the robots, not only would our clinics be more profitable, but the doctors would get more relaxing time. There are so many benefits, and that's why I decided to implement it.
In that case, do you have any explanation on what would happen to the nurses?
Oh, I don't know.
But you're the director, not just the doctors, but you should have been more vigilant with the patients and nurses too.
It seems like you have a lot of prejudice against doctors.
Are you talking about me?
Maybe you wanted to be a doctor.
I have always wanted to work in an industry that would save people, but I've never tried to become a doctor.
It only sounds like you're acting tough.
Not everyone wants to be a doctor. There are a lot of other occupations out here.
Based on how you talk, I only feel like you've always wanted to become a doctor.
In that case, your feelings are completely wrong.
You sound so confident, but you guys can't resist the power of all the doctors across the nation.
We don't plan on resisting anything, though. We're enjoying our time researching and implementing the supportive robot, so we're not trying to compete with anyone.
I know that you're jealous because I'm a talented doctor, and your prejudice is what's causing you to irrationally decide on terminating the business transaction with us. Would you like us to repeat ourselves about why we decided to terminate the business transaction? I'm sure you dreamed about becoming a doctor when you were a kid. No, never. It only makes me skeptical about it when you refuse like that. Once you agree to a partnership with our clinic, your company will be renowned across our nation. Once your company is renowned, you'd be on TV shows, and I'm sure your robot will sell a lot. Our objective isn't to become famous. We want to contribute to saving as many lives by helping the doctors utilize their time as effectively as possible. That's another pretty talk. Besides, how are you guys running this company to begin with? Is it because your parents were wealthy? In that case, you should have mentioned that during the marriage meeting.
We don't judge people based on superficial information like their occupation or social status. Whether Mark is a part of a family line of doctors or not, I've been in a relationship because I love his personality.
Marriage is a contract between families. Lust is something that fades in about 3 years. The greater the difference is in the environment you've been raised in, the greater the gap between the spouses will be over the years.
That may be the case for some people, but you never know that it wouldn't apply to Mark and me. It's about how we feel about each other currently, how we want our relationship to be, and what we want to do. Rather than an unforeseen future, we want to cherish our time together right now.
If you insist. I guess I have no choice. But I need you to reconsider the business transaction to have the robots implemented in our clinic.
Your blessing for our marriage is a separate topic from that.
What? I thought your brother decided to terminate the business transaction because I didn't approve of you marrying our son. What happened that day indeed helped me come to my decision. But I already told you that I've questioned your business philosophies even before that happened. You guys keep saying things as if we were being disrespectful to our staff, but that's a huge misunderstanding.
Can you prove that it was a huge misunderstanding on our end?
You shall visit our clinic on New Year's, and you'll know how much I care about our staff.
Well then. What are we here to see right now?
You're watching me. How considerate I am with our staff. That looks like an envelope of allowance, but what's inside? My appreciation for them throughout the past year is inside this envelope. Every year I go around giving out these envelopes to every single staff.
Will you let me see what's inside? Oh my goodness, is this a shoulder massage voucher? Who would massage your shoulder if you were to use this? And a dollar coin? Isn't this too petty?
A dollar coin is still money. To add, I'm providing a letter of appreciation for those who are even more talented than others.
This is completely ridiculous. And a photo of you on the letter? That's so unnecessary. Do you really go around giving these away to everyone every year?
If you're skeptical, why don't you ask one of my nurses?
No, that's not the point. Do you really think this is enough appreciation for your staff?
It's more than enough. You can't buy a letter of appreciation with my husband's photo anywhere.
No, it's one of the top 3 unwanted gifts ever. Don't you think you should reward your staff by giving them a bonus or something?
And that's why I'm expressing my appreciation by...
In that case, why is it that you're paying out bonuses to the doctors instead of giving them the allowance envelope?
What are you talking about? I've been giving the same to the doc.
Dad, you've paid out bonuses to all the doctors during holiday season.
Don't tell me that you were the one who told Helen about it. It's the same reason why pilots get paid more than flight attendants.
It's true that the nature of work varies by profession, which naturally leads to differences in compensation. However, I believe we should express our appreciation equally, regardless of the job.
This conversation isn't going anywhere. I've heard that you're planning on selling your robot to St. Victoria Hospital.
That's right.
The daughter of the director of that large hospital has been a childhood friend of Mark's. I'm going to suggest that Mark marries that girl.
Dad, I told you before that I only see her as my younger sister. Besides, I'm in a relationship with Helen, and we even plan on getting married.
You guys aren't officially engaged, so it's not too late to put it off.
Oh, please, Dad.
Hello? Yes, about what we talked about. Let's go ahead and proceed. Yes, that's right. Really? That would be wonderful. I'll see you later. About your robot, the director of St. Victoria Hospital agrees to let us take half of what you're implementing.
What? You're lying.
That was easy. This is what it means to be part of the family line of doctors.
I heard that the deal with St. Victoria was put off.
I knew it.
Because of you guys, our clinic's reputation has been brought down again.
You did this to yourself.
I treated him with yakisoba sandwich at least 10 times in total when we were both med school students. I can't believe he forgot about what I've done for him.
I'm surprised that you were eating those.
Does this mean that we don't get to implement the robots?
Why are you turning so pale? Hello? Oh my goodness! Hey, Samantha!
Yikes, you found out.
What's the matter?
You spent a few $100,000 from our clinic's budget, did you? What?
I mean, I thought our son was going to marry St. Victoria's daughter, and that we'd implement the robot and we'd be cutting down our costs.
What did you spend so much on? Did you go shopping?
No, it wasn't anything that I'd be left with.
Were you gambling?
Huh? How'd you know?
What? Was I right?
What? Why'd you go out spending so much on gambling?
I mean, I was bored since I had nothing else to do, but then our clinic can afford that easily, right?
This is really bad. Our son isn't marrying St. Victoria's daughter, and we're not implementing the robots. If we don't do something, we won't even get to continue running the clinics.
Dad, the officials of the Ministry of Health reached out to us to tell us that they'll be conducting an on-site inspection.
What?
What does that mean?
Is it true that there had been some improper billing of medical fees?
Who told them that?
It seems like one of our former staff filed a report.
I would have never guessed.
I'm sure someone's lying about it because they're jealous that they're not doctors.
They also said that they have evidence. Dad, you should admit to what you've done and reflect on yourself.
Ugh. Okay then, Helen. I'd like to apologize for how rude I was the other day. I'll buy the robots at a higher price in St. Victoria. So, will you please reconsider this?
But you have a huge debt because of your wife's gambling. Are you sure you can afford them at a higher price?
Your sudden termination of the business transaction is illegal, so I'll be claiming damages. And with that money, I'll be buying your robots.
Do you realize that you're practically telling us that you're taking the robots from us for free?
We're not going to pay for any damages. And even if you were to apologize now, it doesn't undo the way you treated your staff at your clinics and how you've improperly billed the medical expenses. We're not going to sell our robots to someone who's ever done anything like that.
But don't you think it's ridiculous for you guys to suddenly decide to terminate our business because of that marriage meeting? We were both being rude to each other. But why is it that we have to be the only ones apologizing about it?
I knew you weren't sorry about anything. You're saying that you'd apologize just because that's all you can do at this point.
You have such a twisted mentality. I've never made a mistake in my life, and I never apologize to anyone in my life either.
And yet, you've made so many mistakes in the last few days. Maybe you just never admitted your mistakes all along.
Okay, fine, I beg you. Here, I apologize. Once we get an on-site investigation from the Ministry of Health, all of our clinics will have to shut down. I can't possibly let that happen.
I knew all you cared about was yourself. Kevin, don't you think that the last thing a doctor should ever do is to improperly bill medical expenses to their patients? This is a crime. You need to reflect on what you've done. I hope you stop judging others by their looks or their family situation, so you can become a doctor who will look at people's true sides and personalities.
Oh, no! No! I'm very, very sorry!
Later, Kevin's clinic was investigated by the Ministry of Health, and fraudulent medical billing was confirmed. He started working as a nurse at a small hospital, but his lingering pride as a former doctor kept getting in the way, and he's reportedly been bouncing from one job to another. As for Samantha, she couldn't quit gambling and repeatedly borrowed money from consumer finance companies. Eventually, she was arrested by the police for stealing $30 from the register at her part-time job at a convenience store to fund her gambling. As for us, Mark bought his parents' clinics to open a community-based hospital. Also, we're getting married next month. Even if we were raised in different environments, we'd like to respect and cherish each other. Trouble Busters!